Hi, Sagittarius. It's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have a reading, Sagittarius, for singles. It could be for somebody who's in a relationship as well. And this is not necessarily a love reading. This is more of a general reading. And so, this is a really interesting reading. We have the art of relaxing and the aim of life. So the art of relaxing is kind of what it is. It just means, chill, right? And just take time for yourself. Yeah. This talks about somebody who sometimes has like kind of hit rock bottom, or felt like, doesn't have to be rock bottom, like, they're coming for you, the loony bin, right? No, it doesn't really have to mean that. But it can mean that there's some type of void here that you had to feel in order to transform yourself, in order to change, in order for you to look at your life and go, wow, this isn't working this way, kind of. And I feel like that's what's kind of going on in this reading. I feel like you have been suppressing yourself. We have that card. It looks like suppressing your possibly artistic endeavors, and yeah, this talks about finding a new destiny here, but this art of relaxing, but it doesn't have to be entirely new, like, well, I'm not going to do it. It can be new the way you're looking at things. Yeah, the way you are basically living your life, kind of. This reading is talks about you kind of wanting to relax a little bit and stop worrying about something, or and stop suppressing what you really want. And this card can talk about somebody who has kind of like opened the door to the basement and put this dream in the basement, put this artistic endeavor in the basement, these things that you want to manifest for yourself, and just put them down there, right? It's interesting how it's a 10. This could be possibly seen as a 10 of wands. I feel like it is, but in this particular deck, right? And here is the man covered, and he's in this kind of tunnel where these kind of snakes or these ropes or something like that is like covering him, very heavy here, and he feels like he can't. He feels like it's difficult for him to kind of just do what he wants to really do here. There's some type of relaxing and stop running so hard in this reading that is really important, right? And because it's clear here that there are some ambitions that have been suppressed. And so this can talk about suppression because maybe you have bills to pay or kids to take care of, or culture or civilization is like something here is going on here that has been kind of like suppressing you, but kind of telling you here or making you feel is the right, that you don't have time or you don't have the resources, or just something like that. You are accepting here that I need to suppress my needs, and you don't know. And here is the aim of life. You can take small steps, Sagittarius. Don't throw your dreams in the garage or the basement, right? And this aim of life talks about calming down. It talks about don't get too attached to possibly the physical or keeping up with the Joneses, or it doesn't have to be exactly like that. I'm just trying to throw out, kind of examples here. There's too much attachment to the physical here instead of kind of the, uh, mm-hmm, yeah, instead of kind of the invisible, basically, right? Here's transformation. This is death and rebirth, and that's what you're doing here. You're trying, at the same time, you're realizing that I can't I don't want this to continue here, right? And we have this card here called Nothingness, and this is a major arcana. Yeah, this is an interesting card. It's blank. It talks about, this is shunyata in Buddhism. And this talks about kind of doing nothing. Like just sitting with yourself and listening to birds, right, in the yard, or watching a sunset, but just don't always be doing. Try to enjoy the peace around you, because this is when sometimes you may hear, messages about your life and about kind of what you need to do or what you need to not do, because there's too much doing in this reading. But it's interesting how there's too much doing, but nothing's, what you really want to come true is not getting done here. But it looks a little bit like, running around with your, like a little chicken with your head cut off, right? Yeah, we don't want you to do that, Sagittarius, because your third eye is in your head, right? We need your head on you, right? You could be saying what? And yeah. And this talks about this nothingness card, right? This five, the number five in the major arcana here. This talks about, all the possibilities lie when you just, for the future, lie in this type of quiet energy here where you let things come to you and you realize I don't have to keep suppressing or working so hard or leaving dreams out of my way because my life is hard. Yeah, this talks about relax here, right? And don't create despair for yourself. Yeah, there's some type of energy here too where I want to manifest like ambition, kind of, right? But you're creating kind of like, maybe it's not despair, but it's next to the suppression card. So you're creating like stress for yourself. Yeah, you are. Yeah, and this nothingness, it is vibrant with all possibilities. It is potential, absolute potential. It is unmanifest yet, but it contains all. In the beginning is nature, in the end is nature. So why in the middle do you make such fuss? Yeah, why in the middle becoming so worried, so anxious, so ambitious? Why create such despair? Nothingness or nothingness is the whole journey. Yeah, we have to be present and enjoying the moment. Yeah, and stop kind of worrying about the future, right? Because it is unmanifest yet. It is unseen. You can just do your best, but you have to trust, right? That's what this reading's about here. And here's the Seven of Wands in this reading. And this man is like, he feels defensive. He's fighting off these other people who sit here with these wands, right? And let's see what they say about the Seven of Wands. Yeah, a man stands in front of a fence and defends himself in a heroic posture. This is valor or courage, right? Action without planning. Yeah, there's too much, what's the word? There's an over planning here, kind of, or an over, like this feeling of control, like I have to control everything here, and like too much structure, kind of, that you are trying, like nothing is flowing here. There's too much like cement, kind of. This is kind of what's going on here, right? Yeah, strife for success. See? Yeah, like accepting strife for success. Leave the strife alone, Sagittarius, because things will flow more naturally. Yeah. So let's see what we have for you guys. And I hope you guys are all well, right? Yeah, Sagittarius. See? And today we're going to do a past, present, and future spread. Yeah, Sagittarians are very ambitious because of the fire energy, right? This is taking action and, this kind of passionate, intense energy where I want to create my future, right? Yeah, you are, in this reading, you are seeking some type of a new beginning. It's also possible that for some of you guys, you have thrown some type of dream in the garage. It could be about a union, right? You're just like, well, because you feel stuck here that you can't manifest this, right? But the way you are going about it is not going to manifest it either. Yeah. So this could also be about a relationship possibly that you wanted and you feel like for some reason you can't have it. So you are, maybe you are putting too much energy into other energies. But what's clear here is that there is a need to relax and trust. And sometimes just take time for yourself and you will feel more centered and more confident about the future. Yeah, get off of this little kind of hamster wheel, if you will, right? Let's see what we have, Sagittarius. I'm going to move the camera down in just a moment. Let's see what these cards have to say first because I don't want any skimpy, we don't want too much skin here, no. Let's see what we have and for Sagittarius. Yeah, and let's see, we have, and the star and the sun, the Ace of Wands is in this reading. Yeah, it's really beautiful. So let's see, let's grab a little sticky here Mm-hmm. For Sagittarius, yeah. For this card, Sagittarius, yeah. And so we start, Sagittarius. We have the past over here to the right. This is how I do it. The future lies to the left. This is how I've been doing it as of kind of recently. And let's see what we have. In the past, we have the wounded warrior. This is somebody who is, there's somebody here who is being resilient, but it's kind of hard. It's like an uncertain. You were trying to trust the future a little bit over here, but you felt kind of uncertain about it, a little bit insecure. That's okay, right? It's interesting how you're trying to have courage here, but a little bit of insecurity because you're not taking time for yourself, and and you feel like society or some situation is like suppressing like your dreams or maybe your artistic endeavors or something like that, your talents. But this Nine of Wands, still he stands up, right? He's being resilient. He is. So that's a great energy. Because in the end, this resilience kind of trumps this kind of insecurity. Yeah, it does, because you're fighting forward, right? You're in the 9. The number 9. Here you have the Queen of Swords and the Hanged Man here. This could be about a person, could be about a Piscean. We have Aquarius. Here's Leo. Temperance is here as well, which is mostly you. But this Queen of Swords could be Gemini or Libra as well. But we're not so much talking about people in this, not necessarily, we're not, right? We're talking about energies here, especially in this reading, because, and so this Queen of Swords here, I feel like you are being resilient here about, but, a little bit of fear here, but, this is the past here. And this is what you're letting go here. I feel like you are, because there's far less fear here as we move toward the future, right? There's far less. And so here you are. It's possible you are questioning something here, where in the past, where should I be resilient? Should I hold on to this? Should I keep plugging forward about something? That's what you're doing here in the past. But you felt like you were in limbo about it. So you weren't sure if you should hold on to something here, or if you should keep being resilient about something. Because this is about your future, Sagittarius, and you are like doubting it, kind of, right? But you're making it a little bit worse. You were making it a little bit worse or harder for yourself, because you're trying to have courage here, and because you have ambitions, and because you want to make your dreams come true. Here you are looking at things from all angles, kind of wondering, well, should I be resilient about something here? Yeah, and this has kind of hurt you here on some level. I'm not sure how deep it has hurt you, but it's bothered you, at least in the very least. We have also, in the past, here you were, Sagittarius. I feel like you were showing up in the reverse here in the past. I feel like you didn't know if you should like continue to have courage about somebody, or or something you were trying to do, an endeavor. You felt kind of unbalanced here. And you were kind of a little bit uncertain about whether or not you should kind of push forward, and whether or not you would bring balance or harmony to a situation here. Whether or not you should have courage about something. Like, I wonder if I should, continue to have courage about something here. Your current energy, Sagittarius, here's the Queen of Swords with the Five of Swords and the Ace of Wands. This could be some type of like within a relationship, possibly the five of this could be about a relationship here. You could be concerned here that maybe something has to be defeated here in order for you to have a passionate opportunity or an inspirational opportunity. Could definitely be in love, right? That could be there. Interesting how there's no cups with these 9 cards. So this is definitely about your life here. Uh, for some, it could also be a little bit about love, but uh, you're not being overly, it's interesting that you are like, you're really questioning things, but you're not being overly emotional here. Like, because you know that you have kind of been that way, like you have already suppressed something that you want to happen. So this is great though, that you are not being overly emotional, like you're not letting it get to you so much, like you're trying to defend yourself here. It doesn't have to mean defend yourself against somebody else, but just defend yourself, like the things that you want in your life here. You could be wondering here, how do I do this? How uh, do I need to defeat something? Maybe within yourself, right? But there's chaos and conflict here a little bit here with the Five of Swords here. You could be wondering here, something needs to end here in order for me to have a new beginning. Yeah. And the future, Sagittarius, we're looking at the future this way, horizontally. We have the Sun, the Star, and the Hanged Man. And so, this is you looking at all angles, right? How to create joy, how to create success in your life, possibly how to heal something here. But this is about your inspiration, your wishes coming true. And you feel kind of still hung up here, but you are looking at all angles you're looking at all perspectives how to create this. I feel like you are understanding here with wisdom that the way you've been kind of going about it has not been like possibly the right way. Yeah. And you're not feeling sorry for yourself. You're just like, well, I feel like maybe I need to look at things with a different perspective. That's kind of how this reading kind of hits me, right? And so the past, Sagittarius, was over here. Let's look at the past this way. And you look like you were kind of trying to plug forward here, a little bit uncertain about what was going to happen here. And you are trying to figure things out intuitively in the past. I feel like you were. This could be also you, like feeling uncertain if somebody else close to you would would figure things out intuitively, would be enlightened. Because there's something in this reading that is based on the physical that needs to be more spiritual or trusting or intuitive. And I feel like you are realizing that in this reading, that you can't, like, it's kind of this, well, I'll use this analogy, you can't get up in the morning and run 12 hours and then feel balanced or feel like you are even following your intuition because you're too much on this kind of wheel here. This talks about taking time for yourself, right? It does. And, it doesn't mean even not even without the kids, if you have kids, right? Go in the other room when they're taking a nap or they're at school or just something like that, even if they're playing in the yard possibly or whatever. But, taking time for yourself to connect with yourself and your own source energy. So in the current energy here, this is you feeling a little bit of chaos, conflict about your courage, but about like taking action here. I feel like you kind of feel that in a way that taking action is not really the answer here. This is kind of a trip. And once again, following your own star within here. Yeah. Yeah. It's like there's courage in this reading, but it is this courage where kind of you're thinking to yourself, do I really need courage or do I need to just kind of uh, like look at things, look at life differently. Is courage really the answer, or taking action? You're saying to yourself, it's not really about taking action, but let me not suppress my dreams at the same time. Let me be more spiritual. Let me sit in my own thoughts, kind of, and stop trying to like just take action and make things happen. Let me take a break. And so here in the future here, you are showing up in the reverse here, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be you showing up in the reverse, though, because there is courage in the right amount as well. Yeah, there's courage in this reading. But here you are. I feel like you are seeking some type of a new beginning here, and you feel kind of off balance about it. Like you're not sure if something will manifest here for you. And this could be about love here. There's something that is out of your control here. Yeah, that you know it's out of your control, but you are like, I feel like you might be waiting for some clarity here. I feel like you are saying to yourself, well, if I got clarity here about something here, I want something inspiring or passionate here, some type of endeavor here, could be, career or a relationship. If I would get clarity here, I could bring more balance. Like even if I had answers, possibly even if you had to wait, I could have answers, right? Or I could, feel more kind of relaxed about something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I feel like here there's something too connected to you here that needs balance before it manifests with you. There's something else I feel like external that needs balance, or somebody needs some type of balance in order for you to manifest a joint a joint dream here that you want. And this could be the thing that has been suppressed or kind of thrown down. Like this card means you are, and this is burdening, it's a 10, right? But this card, and things need to come to the end regarding this type of way of looking at something. I feel like you also realize if you look at things different, that things can be different. And this is wisdom. It is, right? But with the suppression card, Sagittarius, you're like you. It looks like you were a little bit angry because you thought, "Gee, I have to throw my dreams. I have to keep them waiting, or I have to suppress my dreams for the time being." Yeah, and I feel like you understand here that in order for you to kind of defend yourself in your own life, I don't mean it gets with a fight with somebody else, or to stand up for yourself, that you need a little time here to chill. And be a little bit more spiritual here instead of trying to create and take action. A little bit more of yin here. And try not to control something so much here. And this suppression card is actually a card of control. Because although you feel like, things are being controlled, with levers and buttons kind of in your life kind of, or things are just being thrown at you and you have to suppress some dreams that you want, that is also a form of control that you kind of need to release here. Like you don't have to throw them in the garage, you don't, or the basement. Release this type of energy where you feel like you have to control everything and kind of trust your intuition here. But this talks about creating time for yourself in order to feel more zen. Yeah, and I feel like once you step into that, I feel like things are going to get better for you here. We have this energy here, Sagittarius, in the future. This is much better here in the future than we see over here with the Five of Swords and this Nine of Wands energy. This Temperance reversed, this is okay. This isn't like, the end of the world. This is much better than the Five of Swords and this Nine of Wands here. That kind of sits in the past, right? And this Five of Swords sits in the future. Not in the future, it sits in the current energy here. Your future is looking bright, Sagittarius. The Ace of Wands and the Sun is sitting here in the future. And this is, it's beautiful. We're going to end this reading, Sagittarius. Thanks so much for watching, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe.